When you make a pinch pot animal, you need 2 pieces of clay. And 1 piece is going to be the pinch pot, and 1 piece is going to be the parts that you add to it. So I'm going to set my other pieces to the side right now. I'm going to roll this into a nice ball. Sometimes as I'm rolling, I get kind of a goofy shape going, and so I'll stop and pinch it into a nice circle. I like to rub out any big cracks because they can become problems later, so just gently rub those out. Okay, now to make the pinch pot, I'm going to stick my thumb in the clay like that and use my fingers. I'm going to pinch around the bottom part first. Then I pinch around the middle part next. And finally I'll pinch up at the top. Okay, there's a nice pinch pot. So now I've got to decide what kind of animal I want to make. So I turn it upside down. Again, I've got some cracks I want to get rid of. Well, you know, I've made a rabbit before. Here's a rabbit. It's got 1 ear up and 1 ear down. It's kind of dangerous to have something sticking really far out like that because it can break off very easily. So that's kind of risky. Here's my turtle. That's what happened to my turtle. I had its tail sticking out and it fell off. So poor little guy's missing his tail. But I think today I want to make a little puppy dog. And, well, this puppy dog that I'm thinking about, its body's going to be a little bit more oval shaped. So I'm going to kind of squish my pinch pot a little. Okay, to make the head, I'm going to take my second piece of clay and pull a piece off. If you use up all your extra clay, just let me know and we can get you some more. And if you have leftovers, I'll have you give them back so we can recycle it for another student to use. Okay, now a dog's head generally has a little dip in it, right about here where the eyes are, and a kind of a long nose. It's a different shaped head than a rabbit or a turtle might have. Alright, now that I've got my head ready to put on, I need to do some slipping and scoring. And this toothbrush, when it makes little lines in the clay, that is going to be the scoring part. But I also need the slip. And so to make both happen, I'm going to go ahead and stick my toothbrush in some water. I'm going to gently rub it across the edge to get any extra water off because I don't want too much water, or it'll get too soupy and fall apart. Okay, so that's nice and slimy, and then I'll do that right here too and put the two together. Now I've got to do something to really make that stick, and that's called welding. So I want to gently push the clay from the head into the clay of the body to kind of blend it together, and that's where I weld the two together. Okay, the head's a little misshapen from all of that. In fact, I think I might want to just kind of tweak that a little bit. Now I want to add some legs. So I'm going to take some of my extra clay and I'm going to roll a coil to help me make those legs. Okay, I'm going to cut that coil into pieces. Alright, these will make great legs. So I'm going to start with the front legs, and I've got more clay than I need here. I'm going to make a little paw and kind of trim that off. All right, I should make another one just like it. Okay, so there's my two front legs. I'm going to go ahead and get some water and make sure I don't have too much. And I'm going to put some slip and score here, some slip and score here, because that's where I'm going to put the legs. Then of course I got to slip and score the legs themselves. Stick it on there. And then I'm going to have to do some welding to make those two legs stay. You don't have to weld the entire thing on, but you need to weld it somewhere so that it doesn't just easily fall off after it dries, like happened to my tail on my turtle. Okay, now I've got two pieces to make the tail, the back legs with. The back legs on a dog, they kind of curve a bit. Especially when they're sitting down. So I'll make the little paw here. A little paw here. Okay, my toothbrush is still pretty wet, so I'm just going to go ahead and slip and score. See, I got to remember which side goes where. Slip and score, slip and score. Okay. All right, so what do I do after I slip and score? What's that last part? If you said weld, you're correct. All right, those are stuck on pretty good. I don't think they're going to come off. I think I'm ready for the tail. Okay, I'm going to make a coil again. Going to make it a little pointy at one end. And about that much would be just right. Slip and score. Slip and score. And then of course I need to weld. I want to make sure that that tail doesn't stick out too far so that it doesn't get broken off. And now I'm ready to concentrate a little more on the head. And I'm going to make some little ears for my puppy dog. So I want two pieces of clay that are about the same size. Alright, and then I'm going to pinch them into ear shapes. I think maybe I'll trim a little bit off. Okay. two little ears. Slip and score. Slip and score. And weld. Slip and score. And weld. Definitely helps it look more like a dog. I'm going to draw some eyes on there. You can also make little balls and add them. You could make a little ball for the nose. I like to draw the nose on. And then I'm going to take the paperclip tool and go like this to its mouth, and then when I squeeze it, the mouth opens up. And now I have a barking dog. That is how you make a pinch pot animal.